3, 2, 1.
Good day everyone, GarageKing here, and today I'm going to review the Mucar V08 scanner. And you know what? We even get a nice little warning here. After the box has been opened, cannot be resold. So if you do buy one, it's safe to say you probably won't get a repack. Now what's interesting is you can see the price. It's $562 and you get 2 years of free updates. But look, if we pan over here, lifetime free updates for $678, so that is a difference of $116. That's unheard of because a normal renewal for this quality of scanner or a scanner of this caliber is usually a few $100s per year. So quite amazing, wanted to highlight that. Here you can see we got a bunch of OBD1 or onboard diagnostics 1 connectors for all your older type vehicles. You can see here's all the maintenance resets. There's a whole bunch. And best of all, it is bidirectional control, so you get to do a lot of stuff with this scanner. And it is compatible with a whole bunch of cars. So you know what? Let's get into it. Now I did find it on Amazon.ca for $1,000. That's Canadian, so for US, if you do the exchange, it'd be quite a bit cheaper. So just wanted to highlight that. Here I'm showing the OBD1 connectors, everything that comes with it in a separate sort of case here. And it is quite comprehensive. There is a lot there. Here's the scanner itself. At first glance, it seems like it's very well made. There's the Bluetooth dongle. As I pull the scanner out right here, it does have an 8-inch screen, so definitely a lot of viewing area. It's got a camera on the back, and it's got this prop-up, I don't know, clip thing if you want to call it that. So this way, if you want to leave it on the side of the engine or on a part of the interior when you're using it. On the top, it's got a USB-C and a regular USB port. The USB-C is for charging, and the regular USB is just for expansion. We'll get to that if you want to buy different modules for it. I'll show you here, and I'll just sort of pan down here, and you can freeze frame the video if you want. Here is all the OBD1 adapters that it does come with if you are interested in, just to see, you know, if your vehicle is covered. So just let you take a look at that. And like I said, if you want, feel free to pause the video. But let me take you through a quick little demo on how to use an OBD1 connector. Not a lot of people know how to hook these things up, so I'm going to show you. For those that aren't aware, OBD1 does not have power. OBD2 does, so OBD2 is only one dongle that you plug in. However, OBD1 does need power. So it's a little bit interesting, and the manual does a fantastic job of explaining it, but let me just show you. So you'll put on whatever connector you need, and then what you'll do is you'll clip it to your sort of extension piece right here, and there's your Bluetooth right there. So it sort of looks like this, a little bit different than normal, but this is how it's got to go. And then this little piece right here, you can see that is my 12-volt power supply. So I'll plug it in from this thing here, and then I can use the cigarette lighter or 12-volt accessory, or it even comes with this other one that you can connect it right to your 12-volt source like a battery. And here's the main menu. It looks like it's very easy to use. I really like this menu. It differs from the launch for sure. I love how you have this in the background, so you can see we are on Wi-Fi, batteries at 89%, and there's the time. You got a couple things up here, update settings, and then all of your stuff here. Now I haven't set it up yet, so let's go into maybe update, make sure that I'm using it for the first time here. And I like this list right here. Everything has these sort of little hints. So it says, please click here to view the full software list. Click here to filter the car model, and click here to filter the maintenance software list. So that's pretty neat. So we're gonna go down here, we're gonna click OK. I apologize for the reflection. I know it really sucks, but let's upgrade all the software. And there you go, you can see it's got 78 to do, and it's downloading now. So we'll come back when the software is updated. And here we can see all our software is updated. And one of the things that I found was very interesting when I was setting it up is I didn't have to put my email address or anything. It just knew with the serial number of the scanner. So I thought that was pretty cool. Here's the renewal fee. You can see it's quite high, $400, but if you get the lifetime free updates, it went till 2037. So I think that's probably as long as the scanner is gonna last, because by then it's probably gonna need a new battery, or we may be flying rocket ships. All right, so we are in our test car right here. It's shut off. So we're just gonna turn the key. There you go. Now let's see what this will do. So let's try here, intelligent. I don't know what's the difference, but we're gonna learn. And there we go, it found it out. We do have a 2006 Honda Civic. And you can see in the side picture there, that's how the Bluetooth dongle should look when it's active. There we go. And we are just going to click on here. It is a 16 pin right here. We are in Canada. So we're going to click Canada. It's retrieving the information. We have a few things we can go here. So I guess let's do a health report. Let's just start at the top and see what happens. So it says it's going to take some time. I'll speed up the video, but let's see what it pops out. That's what I'm looking at. You can see there we have our battery voltage, the time, and we got one bump of Wi-Fi. We're not actually connecting anything to Wi-Fi. You can see right there. You can also see what it's not equipped with. So when we go into the special functions and the, I guess some of the bidirectional controls, for example, electronic power steering, it's not equipped, so it's not going to be able to do anything. For a gauge system, it's not going to be able to do anything because this car is not equipped. Body electrical system, we do have a body electrical system in this car. We should have. And there you go, no fault code. So when we go into the BCM, we should be able to do things. So this will sort of give you an idea of what we can and cannot do with this scanner on this particular vehicle. So now I'm just going to speed up the video a bit. This is 20 times, but you know what? It actually doesn't take that long. And there you go. And you saw the clock just before that. So that tells you exactly how much time it took to do the full scan. 7 systems found. So these are the systems within the vehicle. We have no diagnostic trouble codes. So that's kind of interesting. So now let's see. There's nothing to clear, obviously. So let's see, for example, the top one's the engine. So if I click this, I should be able to maybe go into the engine computer. Let's see. And yes, there's all everything in our engine computer. You can see that's what we're in right now. So we know we have no fault codes. We don't want to reset the computer. We can start at data stream, or we can go to actuation test or special functions. You know what? Let's just work our way down. So let's read the data stream and see how well the data stream appears on this scanner here. So there you can see there's what we can pick. So it's up to us to see what we can pick. If we want to select all, let's just select all. There we go. We're going to click OK. And everything should pop up there. It gives us a range, min, max, and what the current readings are. So once the vehicle is running, these things are going to change. So for example, we have our lambda circuit. So this is just our O2 sensors here. Our air fuel ratio, it should be between 8 and 20. It's at 29, and you can see it's red, which is really nice to see because it's out of range. Now the reason it's out of range is the vehicle's not even running. So let's start the vehicle and see what happens. There you go, you can see it actually is in range. So, you know, I really like this. It's quite simple and it displays a lot of data. Let's try to graph some stuff. So let's just click graph. Now, normally you can only graph a few. I'm actually surprised at how many are popping up here. I didn't expect this. This is really good. We got 12 right here. And it says maximum 12 data streams can be selected. So that's really good. 12. Most scanners, you know, 4 or 5 is all you can get. 12 is actually quite commendable. And there you can see, as I gave it a little bit of a rev there, the engine, you can see it moved. There we go. I'm actually really impressed with 12 because normally I don't see 12, so that's very impressive to me. And I honestly didn't think that was going to happen. Vehicle's cold, so there's really not much movement. Even our lambda sensors, like our O2 sensors, are probably not going to move much because the vehicle's just not warmed up. But if we combine them, let's see what happens. You can see 2 moving there. Maybe I can move them around a little bit. That's fine. And then we have our voltages down there. So that looks good. Let's just keep moving because I don't want this video to take forever. I like this. It's very, very easy to use. So now what we've done is we've looked at the data stream. So now let's go into actuation tests and see what we have. So here we have an EGR test, a VAP test. We have quite a few tests. Let's check out the AC clutch. We'll leave the vehicle running. I don't know if it's going to do it when the vehicle's running, but you should hear the click. I won't leave it on for long because obviously the system's going to start building pressure. So let's highlight it and let's just see. I'm going to be quiet for a second and let's see what we hear. And it's probably not going to do it because the vehicle's running, so let's shut the vehicle off. Now the vehicle is off. You can hear it's not running. Now I'm going to be quiet and let's see if we hear it clicking on and off. And yes, it's working. So engine had to be off for that one. So I guess it was sort of like a bit of a protection or something like that. We can control our fuel pump, injectors. I like doing sort of these fans and stuff because it's hard to tell the other ones during a video, but the fan you will definitely be able to hear. So let's try the fan. Okay, so we have some, tests that we can do there. So that's really good. Let's go back here and let's see what else we have. Special functions. I don't know what special functions is. So here we go. We can see we have crank, relearn, throttle, relearn, readiness code, shipping mode release, and consumption history. So none of that's really going to apply to this vehicle. And we definitely don't want to do throttle relearning because we didn't replace anything in the throttle body. Same with our crank. We didn't replace any sensors, so we don't want to mess with that. So let's get into our automatic transmission. Let's see what's in there. And here's our automatic transmission. So, let's see what we have for actuation tests in here. Okay, so can we control shift solenoids? That's pretty cool. Let's see. Shift solenoid A. Let's just see what's going to happen. Shift to park, stop the engine. Okay. I've never done this before, so we're going to see if we can actually hear it activating. We may be able to hear it, we may not. I don't know. And I can't hear anything, so it's deep in the transmission and it's doing it. It went on and off, but we're not able to hear it like we could hear the AC compressor. Forcibly change shift function. What is that? Well, let's just click OK. Let's, because we're not actually going to do it. Yeah, lift the vehicle. Release. Okay, so we're sitting on the ground, so we're not going to do that. But I was going to try. And special functions. What's in special functions? And there's nothing in special functions except if we're going to actually replace the transmission control module or powertrain control module. We're into the automatic transmission. Let's go into the seat weight sensor. So here's our seat weight sensor. Let's go read data stream. There's our seat weight sensor. So SWS system invalid must mean it's just not getting a reading, and our weight sensor front is normal. So if I push on the seat right here, you can see here's my hand. We should be getting something, maybe. Well, it just says normal. Maybe we need to get to live data. Let's go back. Let's just select all. Let's do this. Select all. There, front passenger's weight. Now we're getting a reading. Now there you go, you can see I'm pushing. And there it's going up. Now I wonder if I can graph these. Let's graph them. Now let's see when I push if I'm going to make a graph. Yep, front passenger weight. You can see there it's going down. And I love this that you can really graph a lot with it. You don't have to obviously graph 12 at every time. You can just pick one individual one if you want. Body electrical system, if you remember from before, it had this one. It didn't have the gauge system. So let's go into the body electrical system and see what it'll do. All right, so let's go into the gauges. What's it going to do? Let's see, actuation test. There's not a lot to do with the gauges, so let's just see what the old scanner will do. And that's what it's doing. It's doing a test, as you can see. Let's go down to special functions. Lift Odo lock, so that's for the odometer lock. Maintenance Minder USA, and a manually reset service. So that's what we have for the gauges. Now let's go into lighting. Let's see what we got for lighting. Let's see, actuation test. And there you can see there's all the actuation tests. So quite a bit that we can do. So for example, if we want our left turn signal command, let's click on that one. And I like the fact the scanner doesn't take forever. It's actually fairly quick. And there you go. We're going to exit. So it actually does do it. It works, so that's good. And if we want to see everything it can read, we can also go into read data stream, and there's everything from the data stream. So for example, if we want to check our headlight switch for passing, so we can go headlight switch, we can go OK. It's going to say right now it's off because I don't have it on for passing. It's off. You can see that off. And then what I can do is I can pull back here for passing, and now the scanner, when I'm doing that, should be reading on and off. There you go. So an easy way to check things. See, even door locks, it should work. There you go. Lock the doors. Now I'll just unlock all the doors. There you go. Now we're back at the main menu of Canada, so we're not in any module, but I just want to see what these common functions are. So here's just common functions. Now these won't work for everything, because for example, for a Honda here, for battery match, that's usually on European vehicles, Audis and stuff like that, so you don't need that. But I guess it's just the main menu is here for everything in the menu tree. And there we go. We're back to the main menu. So if you want to get to actuation tests and see the bidirectional capabilities, these are the 7 systems it found within the vehicle. So within all of these menus, we should be able to find something. I've went through the engine, the automatic transmission, the body. Even if we go through the ABS, we should be able to do something. Let's click on ABS. There we go. We're not driving the vehicle, so we're safe. The engine's not running. So let's just see what comes up with the ABS. Let's see for actuation tests. And there we go, we control the solenoids. These are the things that we can actually control for the ABS. Now, if we go back one, I just want to go back one, I don't want to go too far. So for our immobilizer, for example, let's click on that at the bottom. And then we have immobilizer set up. And if you go end diagnosis, it'll take you back to the first menu before the health report. So you go right back to the very beginning. So you just want to give it a second, it'll wait, and then it'll take us back to this menu. This is what we want. So very, very easy to use. Actually, to be honest, I'm like super impressed with this scanner. Like I'm really, really impressed with it. And there's the main screen. It's very, very easy to use. So we use the intelligent diagnosis first. And that one was the one that did the VIN scan. I'll stop it, but I just want to, there you go. It just did this. So let's go back. That's the one we just went through. So we're going to exit all that. Now let's go through this diagnosis and see what this does. So here, I believe we can just manually input if we want. There's all the vehicles. You can see there's tons of vehicles. Cancel. No, we don't want to delete anything. There's that. I must have hit something there when I was doing that. Anyway, there's everything. And if you want, you can sort by American, European, Asian, China, or VIN scan here, which means you can do a camera scan, the intelligent diagnosis, which is the other button on the main menu, or we can enter the VIN manually. So if I click here, we would just enter the VIN manually, unless it's going to search for it, because we are connected with the Bluetooth dongle. No, and it still wants a manual input for that. So we don't have to do that. Let's X out of there. So that was for regular diagnostics. Maintenance, let's see what we got for maintenance. Here's all of our maintenance. Not all of these are going to work on this vehicle. So for example, here's odometer. So if we want to see if it's going to change the odometer on this Honda, let's get in here and see what it's going to say. Okay, it gives us a warning there. We're going to click OK. And actually, these are the cars that it should be able to do odometer correction, and Honda is not in there. However, if you remember, it did have odometer unlock. So the difference is odometer unlock, when we were in the main menu, odometer unlock means it'll read the mileage, you can replace the cluster, and then it should write the mileage into the new cluster. So it's not actually changing the mileage, it's taking the mileage out of one cluster and putting the mileage into another cluster, where for those manufacturers that were just listed there, you can see it'll actually change the mileage. So that's kind of interesting. Here's stop, start, reset. We don't have it on this vehicle, so it's not going to work. So this is kind of interesting. You can see here's all of the reset features. It does have a lot. So if your battery has these type of, if your vehicle has these type of resets that it's capable, then the scanner should be able to do them. So for example, coolant bleed, we can't do a coolant bleed on this vehicle because it's got a manual water pump that's driven by a belt. But if you had, say, a BMW with an electric water pump, it should be able to do that. What else do we have here? TPMS. We don't have it on this vehicle right now because we have our winter steelies on. So we have steel rims, so it's not going to read anything. And there you go, because we have winter tires on this vehicle right now. So let's cancel that. Modules. Let's see if we go into modules. Video scope. We don't have one hooked up, but there you go. You can buy one, and there's a USB port there because this is the charging one here. That's the USB port. Same thing with oscilloscope. It's nice to have that expansion feature, but we don't have that. Now let's go to battery tester. It may sometimes test through the Bluetooth. We'll see. So we got a few things up here. So let's do this one here. It needs to have the actual battery tester that connects to the battery, not just the Bluetooth OBD2 dongle that goes under the dash, and we don't have that. So it's, that part's not going to work, but it's nice to know that you can expand to these. So let's see what else we have. So we're in the module. Here's remote assistance, I guess if you need help. There's your files, so we can go in there. We shouldn't have any files. Oh, and we do. There's our Honda Civic that we just did, so that's kind of neat. It'll keep track of everything we did. Repair info, let's see here. Coverage list, video, user manual, learning. So it's got a nice, let's see here, coverage list. So for example, if we want to see if the vehicle we're working with is compatible with this scanner, then it should be able to tell us that. So let's go into an Audi, and it's going to let us know what it can do with an Audi, and there's quite a bit there. And then if you want, you can filter it down even further. We have a browser there, a library, user manual, quite informative and makes the scanner a lot easier to use. So that's it for this scanner. So what did I think? You know, I really liked this scanner. It's just super simple to use. It's fairly quick, and I just didn't have any problems with it, with the menu, or there was no glitches. The other thing is when I set it up, I didn't even need an email. I just took it right out of the box, and it just sort of set everything up for me. So I really found that setup was easy on this one, and I just have no issues with it at all. This one for sure is a keeper. Like I said, I really like this scanner, and for the price, for what you get, especially the lifetime updates, you can buy it once and you can keep this for many, many years, and it's expandable. Like I had showed you, it's got these other modules right in here. So it does a lot for the price, and I think in terms of value, this is probably one of the best, if not the best, scanner that I've reviewed. So that's it for the video. If you have any questions, anything like that, please leave them below. That's it for now. GarageKing over and out. Let's take a little drive in the Honda.